much for coming. I'm so glad to see you all. I know a lot of you. Some of you I don't know. If we've never met before, my name is Katie Baker. I'm the Woodbury's Poet Laureate right now. And I am so happy to be here co-hosting this event with Sandy and Ed of Orenaug Mountain Publishing. This is a very interesting and unique, cool idea that Sandy came up with, this poetry for two voices, and we hope that you have some creative ideas on the interpretation for that. So, to start off with some of our featured readers, we are going to begin first with Claire Warner.
Oh yeah. Southbury's Poet Laureate. Southbury Laureate.
That's right. This is Jack Jamba. His guitar stylings will be my second voice.
Right, Jack.
My first poem is, it's called Wondering. It's about my daughter who spent the early part of her 20s traveling around the country in a beat-up car. She is a singer and a comic, and she would busk on street corners. She lived in a cave in Arizona for a while. She hopped freight trains, apparently that's still a thing, and she often availed herself of things like the food pantry, so I'm really glad to be here tonight. And this poem is about how I didn't always know where she was. It's called Wondering. Where were you today? Did you watch a hummingbird move past your window so quickly you doubted your eyes? Does it snow where you are? Are you trapped in your home by a blizzard? Or are you in the grocery store picking out avocados, peaches, goat cheese? In a coffee shop with an ocean view, a book and a muffin in front of you? Is it night where you are? Are you up late? Your room lit by the glow of a computer screen? Are you waiting for coffee to finish in the old-fashioned percolator on your counter? Are you in love or grieving love? Do you have enough to eat? Do you know it's temporary, like the leaves on a maple tree, like bee balm in the summer, like the snow that's falling now? Who are you today? Does someone care for you? Do you have friends and books? Are you singing, telling jokes, being just a little cruel? I hope you add blueberries to your shopping, that you savor the flavor of matcha and kombucha. I hope you sip your coffee slowly while you read Andrea Gibson or listen to Bessie Smith. And I wrote this next poem with this in mind. It's called White Coral Bells. It's sharing a title with a children's song, usually sung in a round. And the lyrics go, white coral bells upon a slender stalk, lilies of the valley deck my garden walk. Oh, don't you wish that you could hear them ring? That will happen only when the fairies sing. Yesterday's harvest is tied with a length of twine, a nosegay, a posy in a glass jar. I lift it to my face, the perfume of my childhood, a scent close to jasmine. Lily of the valley behind the house, lilac bordering the yard, fencing my world. When I stooped to pick them, he objected, said, someone planted those. I didn't look up. The flowers don't care. They are home to me. They smell like magic and safety, speak of little girls joining hands, soprano singing in rounds. They are more fragile than I knew, small and easily crushed, leaving their fragrance on the sole of a shoe.
Thank you so much, Claire. Your poetry was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. I forgot to say also, thank you everyone for bringing your donations in. They're very important and yeah, well appreciated and well needed all the time. Next up, we've got Julie Cook and friends, maybe?
This is my friend Linda Goodman. We sing together in Femina Melodia. Yeah. Multi-talented instrumentalist and singer. Very lucky to have her. At the end of the poem, we're going to end with a song, and there are little slips of paper on the tables if you'd like to try and join. It's sort of like a tongue twister, but it'll be fun to sing together. The power of garlic. Papery skin on pungent nuggets, plump treasures from the earth. You will hang in my kitchen, inspiring soups and sauces, roasts and ragouts, chopped, sliced, or smashed. Your sharp scent and taste tease me to imagine a lemon yellow day.
L'inverno è passato, la neve ronche più, è ritornato il maggio col canto che sei cucù, 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 la neve ronche più, è ritornato il maggio col canto del cucù, 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 la neve non c'è più.
All of us eating al fresco at a long table under a fig tree with bowls of pasta, fresh bread, roasted peppers, and glistening braciole. All infused with your essential presence. The farmer brings bottles of Chianti and Prosecco, and people keep coming. More tables are set, and there's enough for everyone. We're talking and laughing and eating, all mellow and simple. Someone starts playing a mandolin, inspiring dancing and clapping of hands.
Oh, come a belly, 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 bim bam, bella, bim bam, bella, bim bam. Oh, come a belly, 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 bim bam, belly, bim bam, belly, bim. Oh, come a belly, 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 bim bam, belly, bim bam, belly, bim bam. Oh, come a belly, 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 bim bam, belly, bim bam, belly, bim.
The afternoon lingers and lengthens, and there's no end to this new version of heaven on earth that at this moment seems just right and absolutely true.
So, you can join us, and it's really fun, and you might trip up on the words. I don't.
And it doesn't matter.
Belly, 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 bim bam, belly, bim bam, belly, bim bam. Oh, belly, 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 bim bam, belly, bim bam, belly, bam. Oh, belly, 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 bim bam, belly, bim bam, belly, bim bam. Oh, belly, 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 bim bam, belly, bim bam, belly, bam. And we're gonna do it again. You're getting nice and loud. Oh, come on, belly, 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 bim bam, belly, bim bam, belly, bim bam. Oh, belly, 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 bim bam, belly.
Anyway, this is Lewis Carroll's nonsense poem Jabberwocky. Oh wait, there's more. Set to a tune from a well-known comic operetta.
Okay.
Twas brillig and the slithy toasted gar and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borough groves and the mown rats of grave. Rats of grave. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jub bird, and shun the fruitiest bandersnatch. Oh, fruitiest bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the maxim foe he sought. Then rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. He stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood and burbled as it came. It burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. He went galumphing back. And have thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy, O frabjous day, Callooh Callay, he chortled in his joy. Was brillig and the slithy toasted gar and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borough groves and the home rats of grave. All mimsy were the borough groves and the home rats of grave. Thank you, that was so wonderful. Those were awesome.
Yes.
Next we've got Jack Sheedy.
And Sandy.
And Sandy Carlson.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Katie, for doing this tonight. And I lassoed Sandy to help me read this first poem. I'll read another one afterwards.
Hey, can we give credit where credit's due to Sarah Marzi?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Jack and I met through the Connecticut Poetry Society because we were at one of their events a couple years back, and a young woman, a UConn student named Sarah Marzi, a music student, was doing, what was it called?
Art songs.
Art song, and she was looking for some poems, and she had selected ours. And
And so-
this
and a
guy
few
here,
others, yeah.
and she's an amazing person, M-A-R-Z-E, Sarah Marzi, look her up, she is a phenom.
Yeah.
But this guy stole the show with his cat poem. What was the title?
What was the title? I don't remember.
Anyway, so it was a great, amazing, and
It'll come
so
to me in a couple of
actually
hours.
our connection was through the connection of music and poetry together.
That's right, yeah.
And here we are now with this gem. Okay.
Okay, so this is from my chapbook, The Wanting Place. It's a collection of poems about the grieving process after my wife died almost 10 years ago now. So this is the title poem. It's the last one in the book. And it's two voices, and they alternate lines. She's playing my wife, And it's an imaginary meeting across the Gulf of Death. So she has the first line.
All right. You're asking me? How do I know you'll listen?
Damn it, Jean. I'm asking your advice.
Why ask me now? I died 2 years ago.
I don't know where to turn for dating help.
The one you mentioned, is she right for you?
That's why I'm asking. I don't really know.
You don't know much about her. That's not good.
All right, I'll simply cross her off the list.
A list, of course. You always kept great lists.
For which you mocked me. Here, check number 2.
This number 2. You like this woman? Why?
She's fun, creative, always on the go.
I see. That's great. But wasn't I like that?
And didn't I fall for you because of it?
So did she fall for you? I'm only asking.
I don't know. But we're friends. I just don't know.
All right, who's next? Show me your number 3.
This one's a lot of fun. She makes me laugh.
Oh my God, no. She's not your type at all.
I know that. She's just on the list.
I have to say, Jack, I just have to say.
Oh, here it comes. I should have known. A lecture.
I have to say, I should have stuck around.
It shook me when you died. I'm all messed up.
I think you were not ready when I died.
We're never ready. Living's all we have.
I should have stayed. I should have stayed for you.
That's very kind. I can't get used to that.
Maybe because I haven't shown much kindness.
First you did. Your kindness died before you.
You know my sickness killed my kindness, don't you?
I've always known that, Jean. Of course I know.
I was a bitch. My pain just overwhelmed me.
I think you know I know that, and forgive you.
These other women, will their kindness last?
How can we know? Will my own kindness last?
Don't make me cry, Jack. I don't have a Kleenex.
No Kleenex for the dead? That's so unfair.
You still can make me laugh. I should have stayed.
I hear your laughter in these other women.
You only see them from a wanting place.
A wanting place. You still can turn a phrase.
But so can you, Jack. Isn't this your poem?
It sort of is, but isn't it yours too?
I think it helps you that you think it is.
I think it does. But Jean, I need a partner.
She will appear. These women are for practice.
I'll let them know that. They will be delighted.
Shut up and listen. Don't expect so much.
Do I expect, or do I only wish?
No woman wants a man who needs too much. No woman needs a man who wants too much. Slow down a bit. You'll know her when you see her. We did it right. You'll do it right again.
Wow.
Thanks. It's another conversation with Jean, but I could handle this myself.
Okay.
Because it's a little more tricky than just alternating lines. There's a lot of description too. So this is called As She Was Passing. I need my glasses because it's dark in here. And I just ordered prescription glasses again. I had laser surgery about 4 years ago, but I'm still going to have. These are cheaters, but I need prescription lenses again. So they'll be ready in a couple of weeks. As she was passing, she walked in unexpectedly, 18 months after she died. I was emptying wastebaskets, noticing all the used tissues, remnants of a lingering cold I just can't seem to shake. "You're doing that wrong," she said. And that's how I knew it was Jean. I turned to face her. Sure enough, she wore that t-shirt, the one advertising books you don't need in a place you can't find. You died in that shirt, I said. I never died, she said. Why are you here? I'm cleaning, I said. Girlfriend already? She said, it figures. Why are you starting in on me? No, no girlfriend, but why do you care? Men, they can't get by on their own. I'm getting by, I said. There was a pause. Are you? I added. She cleared her throat. That same sound that irritated me for 27 years. How are the kids? She said, changing the subject. They're fine. I couldn't think what to say next. I published your book, I finally told her. You what? It wasn't finished. Well, by now the afternoon was wasted. So I said, gee, I'm sorry, Jean. I guess I should have waited. Where is it? She demanded. I handed her a copy. Who did the cover art? She asked. Do you like it? I said. Yeah, it looks familiar. You painted it, I said. Oh. She looked out the window. I just fixed punctuation, I said. She turned pages slowly. She sniffed but said nothing. You kept my title, she finally said. Close but not touching, I said. It's what you wanted. She sat in her recliner. Our cat, Bindi, sniffed her leg. I'll brew some Earl Grey, I said. Your tea bags are old, but I can't stay, she said. I was just passing. She walked out the door, then turned. Why did you publish it? She asked. I don't want you to be forgotten, I said. Then I gave her a hug, kiss on the cheek. My life has changed, I said. It's good to see you, but next time, please call first.
Thank you for that, Jack. Those were amazing, stunning poems. Thank you for sharing those with us, and thanks, Sandy, for duetting. That was just perfect. Hard to believe you've not read it before. You're such a natural talent. I am up next. So, I will be reading. I initially intended to duet with a living, breathing human being, but here I am alone. So I will be duetting. I will be duetting, despite my lack of love for technology, with this speaker and with the late and great Wallace Stevens. This is a real recording. This is not, dare I say, AI. This is a true recording of Wallace Stevens, reading one of his most famous and most wonderful poems, 13 Ways of Looking at a Blackbird.
Oh, yeah.
And we will be reading together. You'll see.
1. Among 20 snowy mountains, the only moving thing was the eye of the blackbird.
2. I was of 3 minds, like a tree in which there are 3 blackbirds.
3. The blackbird whirled in the autumn winds. It was a small part of the pantomime.
4. A man and a woman are one. A man and a woman and a blackbird are one.
5. I do not know which to prefer, the beauty of inflections or the beauty of innuendos, the blackbird whistling or just after.
6. Icicles filled the long window with barbaric glass. The shadow of the blackbird crossed it to and fro. The mood traced in the shadow an indecipherable cause.
7. O thin men of Haddam, why do you imagine golden birds? Do you not see how the blackbird walks around the feet of the women about you?
8. I know noble accents and lucid, inescapable rhymes, but I know too that the blackbird is involved in what I know.
9. When the blackbird flew out of sight, it marked the edge of one of many circles.
10. At the sight of blackbirds flying in a green light, even the bawds of euphony would cry out sharply.
11. He rode over Connecticut in a glass coach. Once a fear pierced him. In that he mistook the shadow of his equipage for blackbirds.
12. The river is moving. The blackbird must be flying. 13. It was evening all afternoon. It was snowing, and it was going to snow. The blackbird sat in the cedar limbs. Thank you. So yeah, there are a few recordings of Wallace Stevens reading his own poetry, and that one happened to exist, and so I like isolated and muted every other track there, of course. Yes. So next up we have Ed and Bill doing some baseball poetry.
Can we start?
Mm-hmm. Let's start.
You've done some pitching before, haven't you?
I haven't really pitched, but I have a story from a friend who pitched once. Brother, I'm a pitcher like no other, and if I didn't know better, I'd say my name was Brother. Whenever I toss the ball, it dips or curves or rises so, I can hear the guys on the sidelines call, "Oh, brother, how'd you do that?"
You have.
I have. But Bill, you've done quite a bit of pitching.
Yeah, I guess I have over the years, yeah.
You can't ever get enough pitches.
That's absolutely right. Should we read the epigraph for that?
Go ahead.
I can call the spirits from the vasty deep. Husper, why, so can I, or so can any man. But will they come when you call for them? Shakespeare.
Pitchers think they can throw anything. We are all a little odd. Catchers know it, and they think they can handle it. Once I told an oddball pitcher I would catch for him.
But you're a pitcher.
Okay, but I have a cup and it runneth over.
Oh, easy now, Reverend.
Okay, what you got?
I got 14 pitches. I got a fastball. I got a cutter. I got a curveball. I got a slider. I got a two-seamer. I got a sinker. I got a changeup. I got a palm ball. I got a knuckler. I got a splitter. I got a forkball. I got a nephis. I got a spitter. I got a grease ball.
That's it? That's all? How the hell am I supposed to call the game?
Hey, look. One finger for the first 5, 2 fingers, and then you go for the next 5, and then...
Caramba! Just give me a set of Navy signal flags and I'll flag it now.
Koufax, how many pitches you got?
I said, I know how to throw all of yours and others, but I only know a couple I would use in the game. Fastball, cutter, curve. But you forgot the real question you should have asked, which is, when I start a game with those 3, how many will actually show up? So when you play for a little while, like Bill and I have, although he's played a lot longer, eventually, your arm wears out.
No.
No? So let me tell you, if I could still throw, Bill, what I'd do.
Go ahead.
All right. I'd set at third base, snag a screaming liner, hop up from full dive to fire a rocket to first for the out. I'd charge toward home, bare hand a dallying dribbler, swing my arm across my chest to catch the speedy bunter by a step. I'd turn on a single to left, line up by the catcher's commands, catch and throw in fluid motion to cut a runner down at the plate. Yes, if I could still throw, the cheers I'd hear on each sparkling play. But if I ever try to relive the glory days, the next day, it's with pain that I'd pay. You know about arm pain.
Oh, no. I've just gone through a bunch of surgeries and I'm hoping to get back. But I have this conversation with my arm. I grow up my shoulder, arm, wrist, fingers. I throw as hard as ever, but no one has told the ball how many cortisones, lidocaines, platelets, ibuprofen, steroids. More foolishly every time bone grinds on bone. And the ortho says, go ahead, I know you're going to anyway. I said, I don't care, we got ice. So I asked the ortho, how many pitches left? 3 or 10,000? I asked myself, how much do I have to lose? I already know the answer. Everything. Same as everyone else.
Do you ever get any funny looks when you talk to your arm?
No, it talks back at me.
You know, I used to umpire.
Did you?
Yeah.
You gonna tell us about umpiring?
I'm going to tell you about
Good.
umpire. So I have this fantasy that I'd be standing at the plate during the pregame meeting, referencing the 300 hitters, which is pretty good in baseball, right? Said the umpires, let's get one thing straight, said the man behind the plate. I call them as I see them, and whether you agree or not, taking one side or the other, I am not. Let's get straight to the chase, said the man on the bases. From where you sit, some calls will be easy, some will be hard, but I'll see every one from as close as a yard. So no lip.
You bet.
Now that that's said, I'll be brief, said the man who was crew chief. The best of you players don't always succeed. We'll be at least 3 times better. That's guaranteed.
If you've ever been to a baseball game and seen a confrontation with a manager and an umpire, this is called getting tossed. I know the subtle art of getting tossed, how to bend the next call my way. I do it for the kids. I need to show up for them. It's how to FaceTime with the ump. No cheap insults. Keep him guessing. Remarks like, you cost that kid a scholarship with that bad call. Or, you're just not that good. Oh, I'll raise my hand for time. I could amble walk with slow conviction, pleasant tone, unnerving, the evenness of still pond water, but a pot before it boils. But now, and for the kids, I'll dial the show up, put on the rage face, tell my players, see you later, throw every bat onto the field, storm from the dugout, toe-to-toe kick dirt on the umpires. Volcanic, entertaining. Everybody knows I'm getting tossed.
You're out of here! Good morning.
Good stuff. That was awesome. Thank you, Bill and Ed. Who's on first? Am I right? Next up, we have Bill Purley.
The committee at the beach.
I saw her.
Said one of us.
When?
Said another.
I saw her too.
Said yet another. We all saw her, someone else said. And it was concluded that she had come from behind us. Skipping, running, swinging, all of this and these, it was agreed.
A young girl.
All nodded in the affirmative.
Barely adolescent.
More nodding,
Barefoot.
nodding. And she was wearing
A thin white dress.
Cloud white.
Sky blue.
someone said pink. It flew up from her knees. Skipping, running, and swinging a small toy pail that shone bright as the sun. She disappeared into the sea mist, and the light disappeared into the graying of the day, and her voice lilted back.
No more. No more.
Within our consternation, it was discovered that none could say the color of her hair. Someone had said,
Greg.
but we all agreed that couldn't be. We all did agree that we had seen a girl running in the sea foam, carrying the sun in her sand pail.
No more, she said.
In that agreement, we, our committee, returned through the twilight to our numerous lives. Thank you, committee. The door of this old house is open. The dust moves, but has nowhere to go. I sit on the old knee roots of the tree we used to sit under, thinking of opportunities of coming home, of arriving and leaving.
I have new shoes. I will comb my hair. Someone may notice.
I wonder if your eyes look at the mirror and make judgments about your hair once near the touch of my breathing.
Children were at my door, clamoring for all I had to spare.
There's a vine grows encroaching, promising to join all our graves, and dead can dance beyond this, it is supposed, as far as the story goes.
I am appropriate, imaginary, and happy.
Secrets whisper from wherever that some mystery will be revealed in the memory of you. Other senses of this have dissolved.
I yearn for more, but am no younger.
Begging within these walls for the very least you can give, I say, rather than goodbye, will you tell me when you die?
There was something I was supposed to do. I can't remember.
This was called His Clock. There was no clock, nor days, nor night. Now, like air, he had become invisible, like air, light and lifting.
And still he wondered what time it was.
Walking, sitting, lying, and various other sense actions all seemed like riddles buzzing around his location.
The clock in the corner goes around and around.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill and friends. That was great. Next we got Sandy Carlson.
Anybody seen any bears lately? No, oh my goodness. I was at Firefly Hill Tuesday after work, went for a walk with a dear friend of mine, and I did not know this about him after 25 years of friendship. Was Ned. He's afraid of bears. We were walking along the trail and I could hear the gate of a bear come, and I thought, cool, we're gonna see a bear. And he said, oh my God, there's a bear. And the bear went like this behind the tree. It was a bit much. And my friend's a Buddhist. You think he wouldn't do that to bears? But anyway, he's a nice man. But anyway, I was thinking about today, and I was thinking about a few bear-inspired poems. And Ed and I, we live in the village, and I was out gardening the other day, and a whole family of bears went by behind me, and my one little dog ran right into the house, and the other one went like this. It's a thing. And I was on my own. It was fine. Males and bears with me. It's not working out. But anyway, these are a few bear-inspired poems, And I was just experimenting a little bit to add a voice to a poem that didn't start with one, but anyway, here we are. This is called A Promise of Rain.
This morning, there is a promise of rain.
Chipping sparrows and a blue jay chatter. A breeze gently lifts the new leaves. Gray clouds dissolve. Quiet rain splatters.
A black bear ambles amid the pine trees.
The soft rain does not impress his warm girth, nor does he impress the rambling bunnies as hunger and daylight send them forth.
Soft light and shadows spring flowers.
Ghosts wander in the drifting mist. I nod to the bear from across his path. All life that ever was is alive here, kissed by the promise that our lives have no end, by the hope that love is both mystery and godsend. So I'm going to give that to Brian Saturday when I see him. This is a poem called A New Star.
First light, shadows. From the darkness, a bear.
Black as your soundest sleep lumbers toward you, across a lawn, through a garden, air as cool as your loneliest dream, blue.
At dusk, his fur rolls like a loose shawl.
On a body that craves deep wild space and steps over the ancient stones of walls in silent power, wild and mighty grace.
I watch the bear from behind my window.
As I slowed the quiet world of my car, the bear watched me as he crossed the wide way. Together here, friends, we have traveled far. Another soul to be held in the eyes, awakened, together alive, a star in the sky. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Next we have Pat Shannon.
And I've never read in public before, so bear with me. Thank you. My poem is called The Rite of Passage. Rite spelled W-R-I-T-E. Yesterday was my first class, though my sister invited me many times in the past. The butterflies were multiplying as I walked into the room. Familiar faces, I saw only two, a welcoming Sandy and her honey too. Sandy's smile reduced my angst as we waited for more participants. As 12:30 neared, two more appeared. A pack of poems were handed out. We'd find out later what they were about. Sandy's calm and caring ways forced remaining butterflies away. Write for 2 minutes, any subject she requested. All put pen to paper, no one protested. Time flew by to my amazement. I'd written down my new arrangement. It kind of flowed from pen to page. My thoughts and feelings filled the page. I felt a part of this new group, my rite of passage in one fell swoop. I have a story. I hadn't planned on reading, but I read it to Betty Lou earlier. My husband and I were in Indonesia 30 years ago. He was there on a job, and I was enjoying myself with many other expats. Part of what we did was work, volunteer at a home for handicapped children. And it was run by a priest from Canada, and it was the most loving place I had ever been to this day. My husband, an engineer, had received a call from the leader, Father Jansen, asking if he could help fix the only water pump they had, which supplied the water for the whole compound. That involved 20 plus buildings and over 1,700 residents. The staff plus 1,500 handicapped young people from newborn to 20 years old. Of course, Dave said he'd be right there, a 2.5-hour ride into the mountains. And he'd do his best. He collected what tools he had, and we, along with our driver, set out for Malang, a beautiful city in the central part of East Java. On arrival, we were greeted by many smiling young people, always happy to have visitors. Father greeted us with open arms, and we drove to the pumping station. He explained that the mechanic, a student nurse almost 5 feet tall and maybe 100 pounds, was quite distressed that she was unable to fix this machinery. We were led to a brick building looking about 15 feet cubed, sitting next to the well, with an oil rig type tower above it. The cube must have been built around the machinery because of the tight quarters, better suited for their mechanic than my hefty Irishman. Dave made his way into the pump, having to squat in an awkward manner to access it. Assistant handing him the tools as instructed. Out of the blue, Dave heard a young person's voice above him, on top of the machinery. The boy, about 7 years old, apparently was giving Dave instructions in Indonesian on what to do next. Dave smiled, shook his head in agreement, and the two continued in the already crowded space. Dave could hear him, but was unable to see him very well because he was about 2 feet above Dave on top of the machinery. After about an hour, the regular, quote, mechanic squeezed in and took the young boy out of the space. Moments later, Dave gave the pump a start, and it ran like a dream. There were cheers heard throughout the camp as Dave exited the cube. He went over to meet his assistant, who had been on top of the machine and who had been instructing him. His name was Noel. He was sitting in a wheelchair, smiling to beat the band. He thought he had fixed it. Noel had no legs. As Dave approached him, teary-eyed, he gave Noel a thumbs up. Noel had only one full arm. The other arm was a stump. Taking his stump, Noel lifted his thumb and pointed it up to match Dave's. A good day's work finished with a newfound friend.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Pat, and for blessing us with the opportunity of your first poetic appearance.
Yes.
Next up, we have Cindy Davis and Friends in a Sense.
The poem, Little bird, why you stay? The winds come, you will blow away. I know I should go, but my wings are slow. I cannot move. I know I will die, but I want to thrive. I want to survive. I want the fighting to stop and not prolong the endless crying of too many dying in this blood-filled war.
Little frog, why you stay? The winds come, you will blow away.
I know I should go, but my legs are slow. I know I will die, but I want to survive. I do. I want the fighting to stop and not prolong the endless crying of too many dying in this blood-filled war. Okay.
Next up, we have Marianne Boyan and Cassie Moon.
Hi, my name's Marianne Moon Boyan, and I am a poet. This is my niece Cassie Moon. Today's possibly palate cleanser is in two voices, the I narrator, the cat. So I am so grateful to Sandy and Ed for the creativity. I never even heard of second voice poetry. And it's just so cool and fun. I'm trying to finish a novel, so I'm not writing new poetry at this moment. So I had to pull my head and make space. But we poets are very creative, right?
That's right.
One last thing. The title is true, and two people in this room shared my poetry professor. So, my poetry professor said not to write about cats. It's a full moon again.
Meow, meow.
On the stage inside of me. Clara rips around the corner, paddles across the room, Pawtucket, 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 on the wooden floor.
Meow, 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 meow.
She's the Pony Express until she stops short. Tail up, statuesque, on a runway. Then swoop, off again, golden-eyed, my lunar cliche. To unhinge a door or knock down a vase.
Meow, 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 meow.
Thank you for that sweet poem. That was so funny and cute, and I'm obsessed with cats, so I love that. And I totally disagree with your professor, of course. Next, and finally, we have Ed and Julie doing a little duet.
I'm going to do this in English because I'm not very fluent in cat. Here we go. Would the sun be shining oh so bright? Would bands be playing throughout the night? Why, there'd be music and laughs and in children's shouts. There'd be joy in Mudville had Casey not struck out. What's that you say? You can't quite see it? Well, come along with me. Let's sit for a bit. I'll give us a look. I'll turn back the clock. And I guarantee you'll see Casey a base hit knock. Picture now, 1888. The outlook dim, the game very late. Mudville's down 4-2, and the crowd is truly blue. Their team needs a hit. They know too well that's so true. With 2 out and 2 strikes on the batter, they hope the count this time doesn't matter. Casey's watched 2 beautiful pitches dart by. Not sure why himself, around the field he casts an eye. He sees Flynn standing at third, Blake leading off second. When the ump says, "Let's play," to Casey he beckons. The tension's as thick as it was all those years ago, and our stage is now set, we're ready to go. Our guy Casey, his face stern and cold and full of hate, sets to hit as he pounds his bat upon the plate. The pitcher sets, winds, and delivers quite a throw, and this time, swinging hard, Casey delivers a mighty blow. The crack of the bat can be heard for miles. As the crowd roars, faces full of smiles, Flynn trots home while Blake streaks in too. And Casey's running so hard he loses a shoe. On these days, ages ago, They play without fences, and that can be taxing on outfield defenses. But on this day, the crowd spills round, pole to pole, right field to left. There's a people wall with hardly a hole. As Casey rounds first and the ball skips on the grass, a lady in the wall lifts her foot to let the ball pass. She puts her hand to her mouth and gazes up at the sky. What has she just done for the love of her guy? A fielder nears the rolling ball as Casey hits third. He can tell the game's over by the cheering he's heard. He scoops it up and walks back through the gap. In our girl's hands, he places that ball with the tip of his cap. Many a man and child rush from the stands to the plate to pat Casey's back and tell him he's great. But standing there tall, peering over them all, Casey yearns to see that girl with the ball. When from a distance their bright eyes meet, Casey blows her a kiss, ever so sweet. She blushes, spins, and walks straight away, leaving mighty Casey the glory of the day. So there you have it. Under blue skies above, game day in Mudville was all about love. And every day since, it's been that way too, for Casey, his lady, and their town of 2002. Thank you.
Well, thank you everyone so much for coming tonight. This was so fun. Really good. I feel like this was such a great, diverse selection of themes and voices and really interesting stuff. So thank you all for sharing if you did.